You're watching Melbourne 22.
If you've just tuned in, tonight we are looking into the ever-growing craze that is gaming.
During the week, we caught up with Andy Wells from MCM Entertainment and Big Pond and asked him how he became involved in reviewing games.
With Kyle and Jackie O on the Hot Hits radio show back in 2000, and I kind of got into that. It was almost an accident. There was another guy who still works in radio called Andy Grace, and he went and worked for another radio network, which meant he couldn't be on their radio show. And so the production company was like, we need to find someone who can talk about video games and websites and stuff. And because I worked for the company that made the show, I kind of went, hey, I'm interested in that stuff. So I basically got thrown into that. And you know, I've always been enthusiastic about games and consumer tech and quirky website. I thought it was a great opportunity because nobody else was talking about video games on radio at the time, unless it was, I guess, a radio commercial. So it was sort of unexplored content, and I thought, well, let's find a way to make it work on radio. And I guess for the radio show at the time, it was just a fun way to do it. Yeah, it's really hard to get involved hands-on when you're sort of covering event. I obviously like to go to different gaming events, like the FIFA tournaments or even the sort of local games tournaments. Me myself, I like to play, but I'm not up to scratch as a competitive gamer, I've got to tell you. I think there's definitely more people getting on board, especially now, I guess, with the advances in sort of streaming video, that sort of thing. I mean, you go back 4 or 5 years ago, hardly anyone was doing regular streamed video content on gaming, and now anyone can do it. So more people, smaller websites are sort of getting up and running. I guess there's more coming out of Melbourne, whereas it used to really, I mean, it still is to a certain degree, but very Sydney-centric, all of the gaming content. But there's new guys and girls popping up every day, so it's good to see. It's still growing, yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's good because it's kind of a second job for me. I mean, some people, I guess, are fortunate enough to work full-time in the sort of games-related industry. It's kind of a second job for me. I've just had a lot of really good opportunities. Getting on the radio has been great, and then obviously then getting on board with Big Pond, who have been great, really good supporter of locally produced content. And it's just been really good, and it's just been great. Those opportunities have literally fallen into my lap. I've met with the right people, and it's just worked out really well. Yeah.
It would have been so cool. I used to love the idea of being a game reviewer.
Really cool.
Yeah.
He seems very passionate about it. Why were you interested?
Oh, well, I just love video games. The idea of playing video games for a living was a great idea.
Yeah.